Hi, I'm Kat Wilson-Tucker of Next Step Quilt Designs. Welcome to another hexagon design tutorial. Today you will learn how to make an 8-inch spoke hexagon. So we need to cut a 4.5-inch strip on the width of the fabric. And what you do is you line up your marks on one of the lines and do it all the way up the ruler. Make sure it's even. Then all you do is you take and cut your strip. I've moved the fabric down and now I'm realigning the ruler up against the cut edge and the marks on the stripes. Now I'm cutting the fabric into a 4.5-inch strip. For the spoke hexagon, I've decided to use this purple as the spoke. So what you do is you line up the middle of the ruler here, this line here, in the middle of the purple, and then the 4.5-inch line at the base, and then cut. Okay, to make my second cut, I go to the next purple, turn the ruler over, line up the 4.5-inch mark on the top here, and the center of the triangle ruler down the center of the purple. Okay, this is just a waste of fabric, and so I have the second one. Now I do repeat the first one again, line up the purple in the middle, the ruler 4.5-inch mark on the bottom, and cut. Okay, we've finished now cutting the 6 triangles for the spoke hexagon. This is the spoke layout now. Because the stripes were asymmetrical, you'll only have 3 corners that match, and the other 3 corners will match. So now what we do is sew these 3 together, these 3 together, and then we'll eventually sew the 2 halves together. Because the stripes match on the intersection here, we have to pin and then sew. So again, you're matching up your stripes, pinning, line up the fabric on the 1/4-inch mark, sew the seam, remember to hold the pin, then when you get close you hang crank over the pin. Pull it out and stitch again. Down to the next pin. Hold it, hang, crank over. We're finished the seam now and we're going to press it open. And I press it open by first pressing as if you would the normal seam, and then flip it over and pull the other seam back and press. Then we'll flip it over and press again. We've pressed the seam open, and now we're going to line it up with the 3rd piece just to make sure that we have it in the right position. Now flip this back over, pin the stripes again, then we'll take it to the machine and sew and press the seam open again. We've sewn the 2 halves and now we're going to sew the 2 halves together. Flip it, and what you do is you want to pin the center first. And then match up the stripes again. We've sewn the two halves together, and now we're going to press the seam open. Again, press like you would normally press a seam. Then flip it over. Open the seam. And flip it over and press on the right side. Now we've completed the spoke hexagon. I hope you enjoyed learning how to make the spoke hexagon. Check out my other tutorials online. Cut!